Have you ever wondered how a man's body quietly works every single day to protect the prostate? That small yet powerful gland that shapes your health, confidence, and vitality? There are things men rarely speak about but secretly worry over. Is self-relief every day harming me, or actually protecting me? You might have heard rumors that doing it too much will damage your body, but science may be telling the opposite, that this very habit could be the hidden key to a healthier prostate and a lower risk of disease. In this video, we're going to uncover the truth almost no one dares to talk about, so you can take care of your body with confidence, science, and clarity. Welcome to Love Road, the channel where we open up about real health, love, and lifestyle truths that truly matter. If you've ever wanted honest, science-based answers about men's health, intimacy, and the habits that shape your life, you're in the right place. Here, nothing is off limits. We go beyond myths to give you facts you can trust. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe to Love Road and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you'll join a growing community of curious, open-minded people exploring what it really takes to live healthier, happier, and more confident lives. He had never really thought about that small gland hidden deep inside his body until the day he started to feel the quiet stirrings of age. Like most men, he had spent years believing strength and vitality were simply part of being male, something automatic, something permanent. Yet beneath the surface, there was a little organ working tirelessly, day and night, without applause or recognition. This organ, the prostate, was far more than a medical term in a textbook. It was a silent guardian, shaping not only reproductive health, but also the way a man feels about himself, his power, and his intimacy. Imagine it, a soft, walnut-sized gland nestled below the bladder, surrounding the urethra like a discreet custodian. It produces the fluid that nourishes sperm, a silky and vital substance that allows life to travel, to find its destination, to spark creation. In a way, the prostate is like an alchemist, turning invisible effort into the possibility of new beginnings. Without it, the body's ability to protect and deliver its most precious cells would be vulnerable, incomplete. This is not only about fertility. It is about energy, desire, and the quiet rhythm of masculinity pulsing through everyday life. But the truth is, many men don't give it a second thought. They work, they stress, they power through their days, never realizing that this tiny gland is susceptible to changes that can alter everything. As the years unfold, the prostate can enlarge, squeeze against the urinary passage, and create discomfort or disruption. It can become inflamed from hidden bacteria or from chronic irritation, causing pain that is hard to describe and harder to bear. And in the most feared scenario, its cells can mutate silently into cancer, stealing vitality and confidence without warning. There is something both fragile and powerful about this knowledge. Fragile because it reminds us that even the strongest bodies have their hidden vulnerabilities. Powerful because awareness gives a man the chance to protect what is his, to cherish his own well-being. Taking care of the prostate isn't merely a clinical task. It's an act of self-respect, of valuing one's future intimacy and freedom from pain. If you close your eyes and picture a man who honors this part of himself, you might see him adjusting his lifestyle, choosing food rich in antioxidants, stretching and moving his body, and staying attuned to subtle signs. He does not wait for pain to force him into a clinic. He cultivates awareness now while he feels well. He learns that regular activity, balanced habits, and honest conversations with a doctor are not a threat to his masculinity, but a reaffirmation of it. And perhaps the most alluring part of this truth is that the prostate, when cared for, supports not only biological functions, but also the emotional confidence that radiates from a healthy man. It is the confidence of knowing his body is in rhythm, his energy flows freely, and his capacity for intimacy is not held back by discomfort or fear. A man who understands the importance of his prostate becomes, in a subtle way, more magnetic, because he embodies a quiet strength that is rooted in self-knowledge and self-care. So when we speak of this small gland, we are not whispering about a medical curiosity. We are talking about the center of a man's physical legacy, the keeper of vitality, and, in many ways, the mirror of how he treats himself. Protecting it is not simply about avoiding disease. It is about embracing the fullness of life, safeguarding the source of desire, and ensuring that the intimate connections he shares, with himself and with others, remain vibrant, unclouded, and deeply satisfying. He remembered the first time he heard the warning whispered behind closed doors, that doing it too often would drain his strength, cloud his mind, or somehow damage his manhood. Those words echoed in locker rooms, in old books, and in hushed conversations among friends who were just as curious as they were afraid. It became a silent rule passed down through generations. Don't touch yourself too much, or you'll pay a price. Yet as he grew older and began to read, to listen, to learn from doctors rather than rumors, he discovered a truth that felt almost liberating. What he had been told as a young man was not only outdated, but completely false. Masturbation does not break a man. It does not rob him of his essence. In fact, regular ejaculation, whether through intimacy with a partner or through self-relief, can actually support his body's natural rhythms. Inside the prostate, fluids accumulate, cells live and die, tiny chemical messengers move in and out. Without release, these byproducts can linger. With regular release, the system flushes itself, like a clear stream flowing after rainfall. He began to see his own body not as something shameful, but as a living mechanism designed to move, to circulate, to cleanse. Science, when approached with openness, painted a far different picture from the myths of his youth. Modern research suggested that regular ejaculation could lower the concentration of potentially harmful substances in prostate fluid. It could help prevent the buildup of inflammatory cells that, over time, might damage tissue. It could even improve blood flow to the delicate region of the pelvis, nurturing the nerves and vessels that fuel arousal and vitality. This wasn't indulgence, it was maintenance, a ritual of release that mirrored exercise or deep breathing. One study in particular struck him as almost poetic in its simplicity. Conducted over nearly 2 decades and involving tens of thousands of men, it found that those who ejaculated 21 times per month or more had about a 20% lower risk of developing prostate cancer than those who ejaculated only a few times a month. The numbers were clear, but more than that, the message was clear. The body benefits from flow, not from stagnation. He thought about how strange it was that so many men carried guilt around a natural, built-in function. They measured themselves against outdated ideas, judging their own hands and desires. But if nature designed a system that produces fluid day after day, if the prostate itself exists to release and renew, then perhaps embracing that rhythm was not weakness but wisdom. There was, of course, a gentle balance to be kept. As with anything in life, moderation and mindfulness mattered. It was not about obsession or compulsion, but about responding to one's own body with respect. The man who learned this lesson began to move differently through the world. He became less anxious, more self-aware, more attuned to his own cycles. He understood that self-relief, when practiced without guilt and with care, was part of his health regimen, as valid as eating well or exercising. And with that understanding came a new kind of magnetism. Confidence replaced shame, ease replaced tension. He could speak about his own needs without flinching, knowing science was on his side. He could also empathize more with others, seeing how hidden beliefs shape behaviors. In a way, he was no longer just caring for his prostate. He was caring for his relationship with his own masculinity, making peace with something essential and primal. What had once been a taboo now felt like a quiet act of self-love. Each time he honored that rhythm, he imagined the gland inside him thanking him, staying clear, nourished, and alive. He felt a subtle pride in choosing knowledge over myth, reality over rumor, self-care over self-criticism. And he knew that sharing this truth could free other men from the same heavy shadow he had carried. This was not just about health statistics. It was about dignity, agency, and the kind of intimate freedom that every man deserves. He had learned, over time, that the difference between freedom and harm was often just a matter of care. In his younger years, he moved through his desires with speed, urgency, and a sense of secrecy, as if pleasure and health were strangers to each other. But as he grew wiser, he began to see that tending to his own body with patience and respect could transform the act from something hidden into something nourishing. The prostate, like any part of a man's life, thrived on balance. It did not ask for perfection, it asked for attention. He started with the simplest, most human step: hygiene. Clean hands, clean space, and a calm moment were no longer details he overlooked. They became rituals of self-respect. This was not about shame, but about understanding that the body's most delicate areas deserved as much care as the face or the heart. The way he touched himself changed too, slower, more deliberate, listening rather than forcing, knowing that gentleness could awaken sensations that roughness could only dull. When he moved with awareness, he discovered that pleasure became deeper, richer, and safer. He also learned that self-care meant more than just technique. It meant reading his body's signals, honoring its limits. During times of acute infection, fever, or post-surgical recovery, he would step back, giving his tissues time to heal, refusing to treat his body like a machine. This was not denial but compassion. By pausing, he gave himself the gift of healing. He also began to see the difference between a natural desire and a restless compulsion. When self-relief started to intrude on his work, his relationships, or his sense of peace, he would ask himself why. Was he seeking comfort for his body or escape for his mind? This quiet self-questioning kept his habits rooted in health rather than habit. Gradually, his self-care extended beyond the act itself. He began to see that everything he consumed shaped his gland, his energy, his desire. So he filled his plate with ripe tomatoes glistening in olive oil, their lycopene quietly guarding his cells. He chose leafy greens over heavy sauces, omega-3 rich fish over fried meat, letting each bite be an investment in his future vitality. These foods weren't just nutrition, they were silent protectors, fortifying his prostate from within. Movement became his ally. He discovered that exercise was not only for muscles or the heart, but also for the subtle circulation of the pelvis. A brisk walk, a stretch, a moment of deep breathing could bring blood and oxygen to places most men forget, refreshing the tissues that keep passion alive. In the glow after exercise, he felt his whole body humming, a reminder that vitality is not a single act, but a rhythm woven through every day. He also learned to step away from the habits that silently drained him. Alcohol lost its appeal when he realized how much it dulled his senses, slowed his circulation, and stressed his organs. Cigarettes, once a casual indulgence, began to look like tiny thieves of blood flow and cellular health. With every small change, he felt his inner landscape shift, becoming clearer, steadier, and more responsive. What surprised him most was how these acts of self-care changed not only his health, but his presence. The more he treated himself gently, the more magnetic he felt in his relationships. Partners noticed a new patience, a deeper focus, a steadier confidence. Pleasure, once fragmented by guilt or recklessness, became whole again, a soft current running through his days, fueling both his body and his spirit. He understood now that the path to a strong prostate was not hidden in miracle pills or secret rituals, but in the quiet choices he made every day. Hygiene, gentleness, balance, mindful pauses, nourishing food, movement, and letting go of harmful habits. These were the silent rituals that kept his inner core alive. Caring for his body this way was not a duty, but a privilege, a way of honoring the very engine of his vitality. And as he embraced this, he felt something more profound than health. He felt a kind of intimacy with himself, a subtle seduction in knowing that he could create his own well-being, touch by touch, choice by choice, day by day. Sometimes the most powerful moments happen when we pause and reflect together. As you're watching this, take a second to tune into your own experience. Have you ever believed one of the myths we've talked about? Or maybe you've already discovered some of these truths for yourself. How did that change the way you feel about your body and your health? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you think regular self-care, whether through healthy habits, balanced intimacy, or mindful self-relief, can actually protect your prostate and overall well-being? What surprised you most about what you learned today? Your stories and perspectives matter. By sharing them, you help break the silence around topics most people are too shy to discuss. You might even inspire another man, or someone who cares about a man, to look at this part of life differently. So go ahead and write your thoughts below. Which part resonated with you? Which question is still on your mind? Let's create a space here where honesty, curiosity, and support can thrive. As we come to the end of this journey, remember that what we've explored today isn't just about facts and figures. It's about giving yourself permission to care for your body, to break old myths, and to honor the rhythms that keep you strong and confident. Your prostate, your vitality, and your intimacy deserve attention, respect, and love. When you understand and act on this, you're not only protecting your health, you're reclaiming a part of yourself that was always yours. If this video opened your eyes or made you think differently, please subscribe to Love Road, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone who might need it. Every comment, every like, every share helps spread the truth and build a community of people who care about authentic health and real connection. And don't stop here. In our next video, we'll uncover the top foods and daily habits that shield your prostate after 40. A simple, powerful guide you can start using immediately. Stay tuned, because what you learn next could change the way you nourish your body for the rest of your life.